Hey y'all, this is another reading by request. This is What Will Sex Be Like with My Soulmate? Let's just get right into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pile 1. We've got the 9 of Swords. I'm hearing dirty, romantic, temperance. 4 of Swords. Oh, so you're both gonna like to watch each other masturbate? I'm definitely feeling like a balance between like dirty, dark, and sexy, adventurous, role playing, trying new things, and then like romance and like emotional fulfillment. 6 of Swords. You're gonna like to do it outdoors. And I'm also feeling again like this sense of like emotional harmony and peace. Which is what the Six of Cards is all about. It's like, I think both of you have been through turbulent relationships in the past and you've had like crazy sex. Let's just put it that way. It was like an outlet for the turbulent relationships that you were in. Or I think for some of you, you or your person or both were just having like purely sexual relationships that were very like adventurous in nature as an outlet for that like creative aspect of your personalities. But this time in this relationship between the two of you, there's going to be emotional fulfillment and peace coupled with this sense of like chaos, but like fun chaos, if that makes sense. Yeah, even the 4 of Swords. I mean, this card talks about masturbation, but it's also a card of rest and recovery. Like you guys are both in recovery because of each other and with each other. You're healing, you heal each other with this Temperance card. The sex is healing. Because you're finally finding that like you can have a healthy, balanced, peaceful relationship and then like excitement as well. Freedom as well. And then the Knave of Cups. I'm hearing jealousy. This is a card about jealousy. I think both of you have been through a lot in past relationships and have abandonment issues. I'm feeling for both of you, but so this is going to come up. I think you have such intense sexual passion for each other and it feels also so peaceful that like it makes both of you kind of question things like how could it be this good, how could I get like the best of both worlds in such a way. So your jealousy, I think for both of you, will be stirred when you think that like someone else could possibly take it away. But I also want to reassure you that I'm confident no one else will, because no one else could have this kind of dynamic, the balance between the best of both worlds the way that you have it. I'm also getting a sense of like your soulmate may not be as expressive as they want to be because they're just not sure how to express to you how fulfilled and peaceful and excited and how much love they have for you. Like it's hard for them to put it into words because it is, doesn't it sound kind of counterintuitive, right? I mean, it's like two energies that almost seem opposing, peace and chaos, that are existing in like the most beautiful, exciting way. So, yeah, I think this is just a message of like your soulmate. If they're not as expressive as you'd like them to be, they feel all the things you feel is the message here. Yeah. I mean, that those are the messages, but let's dive into the book a little just to see if there's any additional messages. They're going to treat you, well, I mean, you may be a man watching this, but I'm hearing they're going to treat you like a lady. Like, if you are a man, they're going to treat you with respect and like admiration. They're going to like make you feel safe, Like your partner, whether male or female, is going to embody that safety, that nurturing, that protection, which is that like masculine energy for you. Like I said, whether they're a man or a woman, they're going to make you feel safe and protected and like appreciated in your softness. There it is. Okay. Six of Swords. Rolling about, the magic of verbena in the brook. Searching for new horizons involves a couple as it involves a single person. Outside of your daily routine lies the rest of the world. Okay, I'm getting a real strong message here of like, don't forget about your lives outside of your relationship, because this relationship is going to make you feel so fulfilled on so many different levels that you're not going to feel the need to like have anything outside of this relationship. But there's a strong message here that's not like a positive thing. I mean it is, but it's not like you're not supposed to cut yourself off from the world. If anything, you're supposed to show up in the world in this relationship and lead by example and show the world like how like true love is supposed to look. I knew there was a reason to read that. Another message of, it says searching for new horizons involves a couple as it involves a single person. This is also like you both have individual journeys to take too. So don't forget about that. Okay. But super exciting because like my heart is like so warm and full thinking about how fulfilling this relationship is going to be. How fulfilling this sex is going to be. 9 of Swords. We're going to read that one next because this is the fun card. Rubbing, the magic of the black cat. Taking some distance to restore harmony. Exciting to appease desire. Giving of oneself to let mystery die. Even the world of love is the fruit of paradoxes. You must begin again after each error. So I'm hearing trial and error. Like you're going to try a lot of different things to keep the excitement going. You both need that. You both are that kind of person who needs that in your life, like in sex and in real life. Where was I? Okay. But then I'm also seeing taking some distance to restore harmony. That kind of, it furthers that message that I was telling you with the 6 of Swords. You gotta, in order to keep this emotional harmony, you have to have a life outside the relationship. So I know you wanted sex, and this is sex, but it's also about the relationship and your individual lives, okay? So don't forget about that. It's very passionate, exciting, adventurous sex, okay? That's what I'm getting here with this 9 of Swords card. Very imaginative. Yeah. Just don't forget about your life outside of the sex. Don't forget about your relationship outside of the sex. And don't forget about your individual lives outside of the sex. There you go. Pile 1, you have something to look forward to. How fun. Also, another message that's coming in for you, Pile 1, is transformative sex for both of you as individuals. It's going to help you to evolve. It's going to help you to show up even more fully as yourselves in the world. It's like tantric in nature. Tantric sex. Okay. 2. What is this sex going to be like with your soulmate? Okay, 6 of Pentacles reversed. 3 of Pentacles reversed. I'm hearing difficult at first. Power struggles. Difficulty being vulnerable. Difficulty seeing outside of oneself. Difficulty opening up. Okay. But this is your soulmate, so, if you both stick it out, you will. Okay, we got the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, that's exactly what I was just saying. Because the Queen of Pentacles is like very grounded, very nurturing and giving. But the Queen of Pentacles reversed can be selfish. So, and it feels like both of you. Seven of Cups. The possibility for romance if you can learn to open up emotionally to each other, but you're both intellectual types. You are both go-getters. You both have a lot of interests and outside friendships and relationships and family and career and aspirations. So your emotions are kind of invested in all sorts of things, not just a romantic relationship. But this soulmate relationship is supposed to teach you how to open up to a person one to one on that deep of an intimate level through sex, but then also it's more like sex is the door that opens for this intimacy. So this is a lesson for both of you, actually. And I think you're both like very powerful people, probably both very materially abundant with the Queen of Pentacles here. I'm hearing don't need anybody. I'm hearing that. Saucy. I'm hearing saucy personalities, and you're both the same. You're both very similar. So you're definitely mirroring each other, possible twin flames. And yeah, it's just a lesson in humbling yourself and truly opening yourself to another human being, because I don't think either one of you really are quite doing that in your lives. Even if you are open to a certain extent in certain relationships, you've never opened yourself up as much as an intimate, romantic, sexual relationship will open you. Oh yeah, Seven of Pentacles. So you definitely will be having a lot of sex, but at first it's like it's going to be like more carnal, more physical. And this card it's also a warning of, there are other aspects of the relationship that need to be explored besides sex, and that it's an expenditure of energy, and don't, overexpend. But you're both like going to be really insanely physically attracted to each other, so it's going to be hard to stop. And you both have trouble opening up emotionally, so which is why it's going to be more carnal. But I'm definitely like, I'm getting a visual of like a lot of rough sex, but passionate, from both sides. And I actually feel like your soulmate is going to be pleasantly surprised with how strong you are. Yeah, I think it's going to be a lesson for both of you also in like two people balancing each other out and respecting each other differently, like because I think one of you is going to be more masculine, one of you is going to be more feminine, regardless of your actual physical gender, okay? Yeah, okay, so that's what I'm channeling here. Now let's see if there's more to channel. Six of Pentacles reversed. Pentacles. So this is boredom, but reversed. I think that both of you like need constant stimulation. And the dynamic the two of you have, I think you're gonna like probably get into arguments often at first, because you're both very strong-willed and stubborn. And then this is going to translate to the bedroom in a different way, like I was saying, rough sex. But you're definitely not going to be bored ever with each other, which is going to be great and exciting for both of you and what both of you crave and need. So 6, boredom, the magic of the cut apple. There are loves of the past and loves of the future. There is only one love today, and it must not be neglected. Yeah, both of you, like, your mind is overactive. Like, you're always thinking about the past or what you need to do in the future. Like, you're both very goal-oriented in a lot of different ways. So this is also going to help, the sex and the relationship are going to help teach you both how to be more in the present moment, and that, like, love is found in the present moment, and you'll start to see that manifest in like so many different ways. By like, food is going to taste better, and conversations are going to be more transformational. And I have a feeling that this relationship the two of you have, the sex and the actual relationship, they're going to be similar in nature, just expressed differently. Like I was saying earlier, about how like arguments when you first get together, but then like rough sex that's more carnal when you first get together. You know, it's kind of like the same energy expressed in different ways, whether verbally or physically. So the sex and the relationship are going to be similar in nature, just, you know, different in how it's expressed, but it's going to transform over time. The sex is going to start to become more romantic. You're going to start like, your senses are going to open, like your smell, your appreciation for how something feels, your appreciation for smells and tastes, and looking deeply into another's eyes. Like, and then you're going to notice in your real life how you connect better with everyone around you. So yeah, really transformational. Three of Pentacles. Reversed, warmth. This is what I was channeling to begin with. You know, at first it's not going to be like an emotionally warm relationship. It's going to kind of feel like a competitor. It's going to feel competitive at first because you're both so similar. You both don't like to give in. You both don't like to admit that you're not always right. But it's going to be a really beautiful lesson, because not only is it going to humble you and teach you things about yourself, but it's going to help you to grow as a person in love, just the energy of love in general. Learn how to romantically love another and have a true intimate union with another person. There's another part to that, but I lost it. Happens for a reason. So warmth, the magic of the earthenware pot. Right here. In order to become meaningful, a relationship must be able to offer warmth and protection. You must give in order to be able to receive. This is a really huge lesson for your entire relationship in the bedroom and in how you treat each other. And you're going to have to work really hard at being friends to begin with. But the sex is going to be really fun. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. Let's just read that one. Coolness, the magic of the bay leaves. You must fight coolness and convince your partner to be generous, both sentimentally and materially. This will bring serenity, safety, and sincerity into the couple. So with this being reversed, it's like you're both going to be like cool. Like you're both going to have your masks on, your facades at first, you know? Like I said, you're not going to want to open up to each other. But exactly what I just wrote to you, more lessons for the relationship. If you guys decide that you want that, and I really feel like that's what's supposed to happen, and that's why you're soulmates, and that's why you're coming together. Okay. 7 of Cups. Oh, 2 sevens, which is lucky. 2 sevens, 7 and 7. 7 of Cups. Flight of Fancy. The magic of the 4 leaves of mint. Invigorating. You're both the sex is gonna be extremely invigorating to the senses, like I was talking about earlier with mint being here. The magic of the 4 leaves of mint. The penetrating perfume of mint is like the thought of our loved one upon us. It fuels ideals and plans of love. I think you're also going to feel very creative after having sex with your soulmate. It's going to spark a lot of creativity, new ideas. And I already talked to you about the 7 of Pentacles. Alrighty. 3. What is sex going to be like with your soulmate? Well, I'm already feeling extremely calm and peaceful and like I want to cry. Very romantic, very sweet. It was a huge energy change from 2 to 3. Not like in a bad or good way, just huge. Before I even started channeling, it just felt the energy change. Ace of Wands. Yeah, just a lot of warmth, a lot of intimacy. I have a feeling you're not going to have trouble opening up to each other. It's going to feel really natural. And you both feel very safe being vulnerable. Whichever one of you is the more feminine of the two, regardless of your gender, it's going to be immensely transformative in the way that you can feel comfortable being vulnerable because of this image. And your partner is just going to adore you. I mean, I feel like you're the more feminine one. But if not, reverse it. Yeah. And it's a whole new beginning. And it's passionate with the Ace of Wands. It's passionate and peaceful. Yeah. You're both going to feel very creative sexually in real life because you're so stimulated with the wands, with the fire. You know, think of fire. It's like if you want to cook something, you use the fire, right? And you make this delicious meal. It's like super nurturing. You make something and you get nurtured. It's like what the sex and the relationship is going to be like. Okay. Three of Swords reverse. Oh, that's so cute. It's like you both heal each other's hearts. Everything you've been through in the past, all the pain, all the past relationships. It's like I'm just seeing the Three Swords and the heart being pulled out. Like you pull it out of your partner's heart and they pull it out of yours. They pull them out and then they mend the holes and they sew them back up and they kiss them. And you know that in Japanese culture where they fill up the cracks with gold in pottery, and then it's even more beautiful and even more, expensive. Its worth goes up. It's like that's what I see. It's like you're not only going to heal each other from all this past pain and trauma, but you're going to be even stronger and feel more valuable within yourselves because you both make each other feel valuable. And I'm sensing like I'm actually seeing an image of you and your partner like worshiping each other's bodies, like touching every inch of each other, like actually really appreciating like the curves of your body and the scars and talking about them and being that intimate to the point where you're like, exactly what every part of your partner's body looks and feels like and smells like and tastes like that kind of intimacy and healing. Oh, I'm going to try really hard not to cry. Yeah, look, the Devil reversed. These two cards, the Three of Swords and the Devil, it's like bondage. It's like feeling stuck. It's like feeling like you're a slave, feeling like you're in jail, like, like that terrible feeling in whatever way it manifests. The Three of Swords is all about heartbreak and loss and pain and suffering. These are both reversed. Like it's like I'm hearing you both saved each other. You're each other's saviors. And I'm hearing from a lifetime of pain, so you've both been through a lot. And it's like sometimes the sex is really passionate, but still romantic. And then sometimes it's just so sweet and delicate because like you both think of this relationship and each other as so precious. It's almost like your baby, it's like this relationship is your baby and you're going to like guard it with your life. And it's just it's the sweetest and most innocent and pure thing that you've ever experienced. And it's like you're not going to let anything take that away from you. Knave of Wands, yeah, like you make each other feel like a kid again. It's like giddy sex. Like sometimes you're just gonna be so giddy, like, oh my gosh, let's go do it. Like, oh my gosh, let's go over here and do it. Like you're gonna be like sneaky like a kid again, and I don't know, all the things that you've ever thought about that you've wanted to try, like throughout the years, especially in your youth, you're going to feel comfortable talking about it with each other and exploring things together. Like your inner children feel safe with each other. And so, your inner child is like very creative. Like I was saying, creativity, the wands, fire. Ace of Swords. There it is. So you've got two aces here. First I'd like to touch on, this is like all the things you've ever thought about that you kind of wanted to try over the years, especially in your youth, that you thought about, maybe never tried, maybe explored a little bit. You're going to feel comfortable talking about it with the swords. Swords are mental, communication with each other, and then like trying new things like I was just talking about. And also you have two aces. You have the Ace of Wands which is like creation, creativity, creating something, creating a new beginning. And then you've got the Ace of Swords, which is like new ideas, clarity, communication. Um, it's going to feel like a whole new beginning. I mean, everything about this relationship, not just the sex, but the sex, the relationship, your whole life in general. It's going to feel like you've got another shot at life. It's going to feel like you are reborn. Like this sex literally feels like a baptism. It feels like the first time you have sex, it's like an initiation. It's like a blessing. And actually, I feel like that's ongoing. And just as long as you both continue to treat it like it's this precious baby, like it's going to forever be like this. Wow. I'm so excited for you. Okay. Knave of Wands. We're going to read a few. Abandon. The magic of the olive branches. Seriously, Jill? What's wrong with me? Eccentric. The eccentricities of character do not necessarily lead to unreliability. It's so funny, I feel like a kid. And that's exactly what this card was talking about for you. You must look like... You must look beyond appearances to see the essence of the feelings. Okay, so no, don't totally listen to that. I just wanted to read it out loud, which helps me channel the message. So you're both eccentric in what you've always wanted to try, whether you've already dabbled or you haven't tried it yet. And I also feel like you were both eccentric children. You feel safe enough to like explore with abandon. In terms of your sex, in terms of sex with your soulmate. The magic of the olive branches, I'm feeling like you've always just been like hoping like for an olive branch in life. Like life has been really tough. Your relationship specifically, people you were having sex with. You just always just wanted an olive branch. Like you just needed it to be easier. You just needed some generosity, some love. And like this is like, here's a whole like olive ranch. Like here's a ranch of olive trees for you after this like long period of, I'm just picturing like a desert. You know what I mean? So it's going to be overwhelming. I can see that here with like her. Like she's just so overwhelmed. She's just like her whole body's just like giving into it because it's something that she's been wanting for so long. Whether you're a man or a woman. Yeah. Okay, Ace of Swords. Bonding. The magic of the knotted red rope. Accept that bonding means giving of oneself. It means accepting doubt and transforming it into trust. I'm hearing trust games. Like you're going to be playing trust games with sex, which is actually going to be pretty fun. I'm not sensing that you're going to have that much trouble trusting each other. I just think that you're going to have fun with trust games in the bedroom. Ace of Wands. Union. Oh, you might be twin flames too. The magic of the statues in the fire. Abandon is the surrender of oneself. The last card was abandon. One loses his own likeness to enter into something much greater. Yeah, it's like you're both going to be able to lose yourselves in each other comfortably because you trust each other, because you feel at home. And then that opens the door for unconditional universal love. So you have the romantic love, but then you start feeling love in everything you do. Which is exactly that feeling that I got when I first grabbed your pile. Wow. So amazing. 4. What's sex going to be like with your soulmate? Oh, you've only got 3 cards. Well, I'll pull more if I feel like I need to. Sorry about that. Don't blame me. It's just the universe and how it's working. 8 of Swords reversed. Oh, you like to have sex where it's like you could get caught. Or one of you is going to like this and the other one is like going to not really, that feels more like the message, not be sure. And so you're going to explore this, but it might be difficult because like one of you is more interested than the other, and it does stem like from certain experiences that you or your person has had in their life, why they sexually want this. I'm not saying it's bad or good, it's just how it is, which is really the basis of like any like sexual desire, which is, you know, just how it is. Not good, not bad. Knight of Swords reversed. I'm hearing power plays. Definitely, I think one of you is going to be interested in BDSM and the other is going to be a novice to it. It may be difficult to ease into this. BDSM, bondage, discipline, sadism, masochism, also power play as in like one is the dominant, one is the submissive. I think another message coming in for you is that it would be highly beneficial for both of you to interchange the dominant and the submissive. I think it would be transformational for both of you, especially if, you know, the role you're uncomfortable with playing, you actually do it with your partner. You know, like I said, any sexual urge, it comes from like a psychological urge, an emotional urge. So it's like sex can be like a therapy. It can be like transformational and fun. Like therapy doesn't always have to be brutal. The Fool. Yeah, because it's like you both want to like unload some baggage. It feels like you both have some baggage, something that you want to transform is what I'm feeling here. Okay, when I say baggage, because baggage has a negative connotation, but that's not like the message is that baggage you both want to stop carrying, baggage you both want to transform. So you can have like this fresh start, and it feels like with each other, where you both just feel light and free from the past, it feels like. And I don't usually read the snake as something like negative. And I actually don't even think it is in this card, but we'll read it, especially since you only have 3 cards. We'll read all 3 of them. But I'm actually getting that message here. Like you've dealt with like some like really sneaky behavior of others in the past. Like you were very open and vulnerable like a child in your sexual relationships. I'm just now seeing that there's 2 people having sex right here. And you were done dirty, like they were sneaky, like the negative aspect of what a snake can represent, like your past sexual relationships, the other person was like this, and maybe even you were like this at times because you absorbed the energies of others, which happens, especially when we have sex with somebody. It feels like actually that's probably both of your stories. Okay. You know, see this Knight of Swords, it's definitely like a dom sub situation, you know, dominant and submissive. I definitely sense that the more female of the 2 of you, whether man or woman, whoever embodies more of the female energy is going to be the novice. Well, the one who's most comfortable being dominant is the more male energy. But I think both of you need to develop the other energy within you. Like if you're more female, you need to develop more masculine. And if they're more masculine, they need to develop more female. And through these sex games, through BDSM, through dominant and submissive games, you can both do that for each other and with each other and be on this journey together. Again, with the people watching. See? So that's just a double message. You know, I initially channeled that from like this guy in the background here. And the fact that this is reversed shows to me that there's going to be a little discord surrounding that, like possibility of getting caught, you know, like that type of sexual urge. So I'm getting a sense of like not unwillingness, difficulty communicating about these things. But that's also a lesson, is to open up to each other. Especially about how you're feeling about these sex games afterwards. That's key, okay? Very key, especially for the transformation. All right, we're going to read the cards. I can't believe there's only 3 cards that came out for this one. I shouldn't question it. Makes sense, though. I mean, I feel like we're getting a pretty solid reading here. 8 of Swords reversed. Scratching. This is upright. Scratching, the magic of the green cloth. Green frees sensuality and allows the body to guide the spirit before the mind can guide the body. You cannot teach the flesh if it is not willing to learn from you. I think one or both of you had sexual trauma in your childhood or your teen years, but you're going to be able to heal that together to free your sensuality. Yeah, it's going to help heal what you've gone through. It's going to help heal your emotional body so your body can feel more free to explore sensuality. Yeah, so your body will listen to you more. You know, it's like our emotional body, our mental body, and our physical body, they're all meant to work in harmony. But if there's been any trauma to any of them, it makes it difficult for all of them to work in harmony. But the good thing about sex with your soulmate, especially if you're both willing to explore with each other and communicate, is that you can heal this. You both can. Knight of Swords. So I'm going to read it to you what it is upright. Taming, the magic of the frogs. Hunting is an age-old sport. See, the people are holding the frogs. The ends justify the means, but today's prey will be tomorrow's hunter, and vice versa. So that end message there is definitely about how you will explore dominant and submissive roles. Whether you're both willing to talk about it and actually like do it with each other, it's going to happen. It's just going to naturally be a dynamic present in your sexual relationship with your soulmate, but will be transformational in nature if you're willing to talk about it. With hunting is an age-old sport. Definitely your soulmate is like very masculine. Is like a hunter. Like I'm getting like major hunter vibes. Maybe a little too much, which is why they need to heal the feminine aspect of their personality. I think for you, it feels like you've been through physical sexual trauma and your partner has been through emotional trauma with somebody who they were sexual with, okay? The more masculine one of your soulmate relationship has been through emotional trauma. The more female one has been through physical trauma. So you're both meant to heal that with each other through the sex you have with each other, through the communication about the sex you have with each other. I did not expect this to be so heavy, and I understand now why there's only 3 cards. So I can be really thorough here. Okay. The Fool. I'm going to read it to you what it's like upright. Did I get... Nope. Oh, here it is. An erotic outburst. Surrendering to love. The magic action frees us from uncertainty, urging us to surrender to love. Willingness and spontaneity and willingness. Yeah, I just feel like the trauma you've both experienced, although different, is similar. Which has stopped both of you from surrendering to love. But you finally found safety with each other to explore this and heal this together. Yeah, to be more spontaneous, to feel more free again. Whew, all right. That's really promising, actually, pile 4. 5. What will sex be like with your soulmate? Oh yeah, I think this one has the most. Like 1 card more than the others. Okay, doesn't matter. Knight of Cups. Oh, I'm definitely getting like Knights of the Round Table roleplay, like Guinevere and King Arthur and all that. Like, that's really old school romances. of different decades that were chivalrous and, you know, with the gentleman and the lady. Whether, like, I think some of you may even be same sex, but still playing with that. I'm also channeling like sex in the bathtub, sex in water, sex in pools, jacuzzis. Like, you're both gonna really like to do it in water. I'm also getting an image now channeled of like one tackling the other in water, but like in a playful way, and like big splashes, and like starting out rough, but then like getting real into that like emotional watery energy, and like it transforms into like really romantic, sweet, passionate sex. I'm also channeling a message here of fire and water. So you may actually be more like opposites, or seemingly opposites who end up having a lot in common, is what I'm channeling here with the fire and the water. One of you is going to be more comfortable being naked than the other. One of you is going to be more comfortable being vulnerable than the other, but has that to teach the other in terms of sex. Oh, okay. So 9 of Cups, you're each other's wish come true. Like, you both appreciate like Taurian pleasures. When I say Taurian pleasures, like Venusian pleasures, I think there's going to be a lot of Taurus people with strong Taurus placements who choose this pile, or a very Venusian just in nature, like could even be Libra. Basically, just appreciating good food, good music, good lighting, good smells. You know, like food and sex. I definitely feel, again, one of you trying to get the other one to open up and having a little difficulty. And they want to, but it's just hard for them. So it feels like you're maybe the more open one, and they're not as open. And this will translate also to sex. So don't think it's because they don't care about you that they're not as open as you are. It's just not in their nature. And I think that will develop with time. They're meant to learn from you. 9 of Cups. Yeah. That's all I'm, real-time channeling. We're going to read out of the book, at least for some of them. Definitely this one. Death reversed. Feels like one or both of you is going to need to get out of a certain relationship or circumstance or home or town, even job for some, maybe a whole life, to actually like fully immerse themselves in this soulmate relationship. They may be, I'm feeling for some of you, like you or your person or both are with somebody else, and that relationship is going to need to end. But another message of like the end, it's like that it was inevitable, and I think like you or your person both know that. This is a general reading, so go with it, okay? Take what resonates. Basically, with this death card being reversed, you're both going to have to overcome something to be together, but it's something that was inevitably going to end, something that you know needed to end, okay? For one or both of you. Yeah, feels romantic, actually. You or your person are going to need to end a relationship to be together. Or even if both of you are not in actual relationships, there's an energy of a past sexual relationship that's hanging on that you or your person has not found closure from yet. But will. I'm hearing but will. The 2 of Wands being reversed, I'm feeling like this is actually representative of that relationship. I'm getting another message of, for some of you, this will resonate. You're in a relationship, but your person is not. However, there's an energy of a relationship they used to be in that's still lingering with them. So although there's a physically present relationship in your life and not in your soulmates, it's still, you're both dealing with a similar experience of needing closure from a competitive, toxic, romantic sexual relationship. That could also be reversed. Like your person's in a physical relationship and you're not, but you still haven't fully healed and found closure from a specific past relationship. So I'm definitely feeling mirroring. This is another possible soulmate twin flame pile. Yeah, because upright, this card talks about like being on equal ground, equal footing. You know, see how they're very equal. They're on the same level. They're being very intimate and open. And it talks about, you know, sharing bread. I'm getting like a message of Thanksgiving here. For some of you, Thanksgiving is going to be very transformational in taking you to your soulmate. Make use of the energy. But in general, whatever this relationship is that has an inevitable end was not about two equals in a healthy partnership. It was exactly the opposite. So a lot of healing from that, a need for an ending, either energetically or physically or both, for you and your soulmate. I know you came for a sex reading, right? But I guess that just wanted to come through. I was talking about that though. The sex. Okay, so Two of Pentacles reversed. Well, it's just another message of like, it feels like your soulmate has been wanting to approach you, but they've been hesitant and they've been scared. They have a lot of fears. They have a lot of doubts. But they think you're so beautiful and they love your body. Like they just idolize you. Okay. So I think you guys know each other. At least they know who you are and they've been wanting to approach you. This could be reversed. You've been wanting to approach them and you just think their body is so beautiful. You just think they're just so physically attractive. Like that they're just like a god or a goddess. Like they're just the epitome of beauty. You know. But there's hesitation, there's fear, there's, you know, a need for closure. But this energy is going to be broken. At this point, I think you're both kind of, you got a lot on your plate, it feels like. But in terms of the sex, like, it feels like your person is going to worship you. I mean, literally, like, worship you. Like, put you on a pedestal. Romance you, buy you flowers, like, treat you like a queen. Or a king. I'm definitely feeling, like, idolization. And it feels like it's coming from your soulmate. Tell me how that resonates. It could be reversed. I've heard that a few times in my readings. Like I said, general reading. And the Emperor reversed. Let's clarify this. The Emperor reversed for pile 5. Okay. Like your soulmate is very used to being in control. The king of his castle, okay? Or if a queen of their castle. But definitely like a very controlling personality with the Emperor being reversed, okay? Like they're used to things just like working the way that they want them to. They're used to being like in control and feeling like a god in that way. But it's amazing to them that they now actually feel that way about you. And they never thought that that would happen, or at least they haven't felt that until now. So actually I'm hearing it's freaking them out. I'm actually channeling a song now, Freaking Me Out by Ava Max. That's how they feel about you. They never imagined that their perfect woman would be real, or man. I'm just going off of the image in the photo. They never imagined that this perfect person, the goddess to their god, or the god to their goddess, or the god to their god, or the goddess to their goddess, would ever be real. Like they thought it was just like this like statue, right? Like it was like as much of a dream as this statue. Like it's something they created in their mind that they didn't think existed, or existed in a different way, or like they thought it was someone who was like almost it, but it wasn't them. And then you came along and just like completely blew their mind, and they're not used to like getting their mind blown in such a way. I think they're actually like working on like just like getting like a grasp on this, like being real. Okay. So I'm definitely like sensing a fantasy element with the sex you have with your soulmate, because they don't even feel it. You're so perfect to them that they don't even feel like you're real. So they're going to want to explore the fantasy element, like I said, in terms of like old school romances. Not even like old school, it's not the right, like medieval romances or like ancient romances, okay? Like that, Shakespearean romances. Thank you, there it is. My throat is actually, like it's hard to talk. They think so highly of you that it's hard for them to communicate that to you. So they show it to you through sex, through the creativity of the fantasy of the sex. Yeah, they have a hard time talking, like putting it into words, which also is throwing them through a loop. Okay, so I just need a little water. One sec. Okay, that's okay. I'm gonna finish reading. Oh, good. Oh my gosh. Okay, I feel like I'm still in your soulmate's energy, and they're like, they're used to being like totally like focused and in control and in power, and with you, they just feel like totally scattered and all over the place, and like they can't even get their wits about them. Anyway, I have no water, so we're just gonna keep going. So, okay, 9 of Cups. I'm also hearing you exceeded their expectations. Like they had this perfect person painted in their mind, or sculpted in their mind. Like this sculpture right here. Whoa, okay. Like this sculpture right here. But like you exceeded those expectations. So they're really mind blown. Okay, 9 of Cups. And I also feel like in terms of like sex, like you're both gonna feel that way about each other, and it's gonna be constant and ongoing. Like your sex just feels like a fairy tale, like a fantasy. Okay, 9 of Cups. Euphoria. Euphoric. Like I'm just getting like I'm seeing like glittery clouds. Like Cloud9 magic. I'm getting a lot of visual channels with these readings, which is fun. Cool. Okay, so Euphoria, the magic of the lantern. The light of the lantern ensures the triumph of love, overwhelms the senses, and dispels rivals and hesitations. So, there's a lot here. Okay, first of all, I can't stop smiling because it's beautiful. The light of the lantern ensures the triumph of love. You may have like prominent social standing, or a lot of people who want to interfere. Like you may be like the popular couple that everybody looks up to, that people want to watch, that people want to believe in love. People love to see love, and I'm getting a sense you're also both very attractive. Like your society thinks you're very attractive individuals, and especially together. So this talks about dispelling rivals, and the light of the lantern ensures the triumph of love. Like there may be some trials, like there may be some outside influences that try to like come in between you, but it's like they have no chance, And I actually really believe that you're both going to trust each other enough to like not even doubt the other. But there's going to be some people who are like very shady and witty and like super foxes, like, you know what I mean? Like in terms of like, they're going to be attractive, they're going to be smart, they're going to be cunning. They're going to try all sorts of stuff to try and split you up. But I feel like this is not even possible. Just an additional message. You're so overwhelmed by each other. Like you're so fulfilled in terms of like your senses, in terms of like the love you two share. Like you both also see each other as the way society sees you, as like this ideal beauty, as this ideal couple. Yeah. I'm getting a sense like there may be people who come out and they're like, oh, you're, you know, like come to you and be like, oh, your partner like totally had sex with me, or oh, your partner totally wants to have sex with me, or like they'll try and like stage something to make it look like the other is like interested in somebody else, so it's like it's not gonna work. Um, yeah. I'm also being drawn now to the pomegranate seeds in the Nine of Cups. Like exotic sex. In exotic places. You're both gonna like to do it in exotic places. And enjoy exotic foods while, like, during foreplay is what I'm feeling. Yep. Yeah, just a lot of relationships from the past, actually. I'm feeling like they're in the process of closing. There may be one prominent one or a few prominent ones, but it definitely just feels like unhealthy dynamics of relationships of the past. They were inevitably going to come to an end. Closure was going to happen. Like you're both very evolved. You're going to work through these energies, whatever they are. Oh, I want to read the Two of Pentacles. So this is reversed, okay? Embarrassment. The magic of the verbena. Embarrassment, uncertainty, unease, and the fear of getting involved must be overcome. But look, with it being reversed, it's going to be overcome. So yeah, this person, they think so highly of you that they're like having trouble like feeling confident enough to approach you, which is very new for them. It's super adorable. It's like this is like a really powerful person, but you bring them to their knees. So don't take that for granted. You know? I mean, I don't feel like you will, but like I feel like they may be worried about that. Maybe because they've been taken for granted in the past by these toxic relationships. I'm really channeling your person's energy like a lot here. Okay. That's basically, let's Two of Wands and then we'll be done. You got it reversed. Two of Wands. Nearness, the magic of the sliced bread, like I was talking about. Sharing every bite of food to unite with another person without losing yourself. Both of you are so overwhelmed sensually, like your five senses, and by the love you have and the passion and the admiration and the idolization of each other, that like it's going to be hard for you both not to lose yourselves. That's like how overwhelming this sex is going to be. Yeah. So I think it's also just the message, like similar to pile 2, I believe it was, of like, make sure you have your own lives too. You know, we all need balance. I think that it's just like your sex is going to be so amazing. It's probably going to be like the most amazing experience you both have ever had in so many ways. And a creative outlet and transformational and loving and purifying and just completely transcendental and euphoric. But you both, there's a message here, I think, just of like, just remember the balance. Remember, like, I'm feeling, I'm channeling like you both kind of like she has her own bread and he has his own bread, and then they come together and they share the bread, but they're also like remembering that like they're coming together with their own bread. Does that make sense? Like, this is what I've done in life. This is what I've earned. My status, my money, my things, my food. Okay, this is what I've done. This is what I've earned. Okay, now I'm going to share mine with you and you're going to share yours with me, but we're also going to remember that we have to like also have our own lives. Like, which is actually really romantic and sweet, but like, you know, a danger in a way. Like you can't lose yourself too much. Because everybody has their own like lessons they have to learn here, their own individual destinies to fulfill, as well as like, you know, the partnership that they're coming into, like soulmate, you know, divine partnership, twin flame. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking because I need water and my throat hurts. There's your reading, everyone. Sorry this took me so long to get up. I've been really busy, like crazy busy, more than I thought I would be, and I've been needing a lot more like self-care. So finally get the reading up. Feel free to send more requests, and I'll do my best. Bye.
Oh.